What's going on, everybody? We have a lot to talk about in this video. First off, Bitcoin broke a very crucial, important level. I think this is a bigger deal than most people are making it out to be. And in this video, we're also going to look at some kind of slept on crypto related stocks. I did have a recommendation to look into Bakkt, so we're going to do that. We're also going to look quickly at Sphere 3D, which is a very, very small cap Bitcoin miner with a very attractive hash rate to market cap. And we're going to take a look at Iren Energy and a recent partnership. So if you like these videos, you know what to do. Consider checking the links down below for some free stocks and cryptos. And let's get into this. And first off, Bitcoin, we just broke out of an extremely important level. This has been a resistance for us for over a year. And what I want to see with Bitcoin is for us to stay over roughly 32,500. But you can see just how much we've moved in only a matter of a few days. We went from a hairline under 27,000 on the 16th on Monday, all the way to touching 35,000 today. And I just find it funny how much the sentiment hasn't really even changed. I mean, in some cases it has, but when you go on webull, when you go on other social media, you see a lot of people just saying, all right, time to sell. All right, it's time for puts. All right, this is going back down. Or you bulls are delusional, things like that. And you got to realize, you know, Bitcoin has a 4-year cycle. Above all else with Bitcoin, in my eyes, the 4-year cycle is most important. And while this Bitcoin spot ETF news is huge, and if approved, we will see probably more of a run, the most enticing thing about Bitcoin is 1, its capped supply, and 2, its 4-year cycle, where incoming Bitcoin gets cut in half. Rewards for miners get cut in half. If there was another asset that did this, say real estate. Now real estate builders can only put out half as many houses. That would cause a huge increase in the value of homes. Or gold. You can only mine half as much gold. This would cause a huge uptick in price. This is the only asset that has something like this, and I think it's massive. And throughout Bitcoin's future, I do believe the 4-year cycles will still always play a role. However, eventually the drops will be less intense and the rises will be less intense. And as Bitcoin rises more and more and more in market cap, the moves will be less drastic. But I think I'm getting a little sidetracked here, so let's go into the next thing. Now I want to take a look at Bakkt. And the chart currently is bearish, but I do think this is one to watch because I do think it will increase in value as Bitcoin continues to rise. But it is of course tied to the stock market as well. And right now we have a lot of Fed fears, potential of another rate hike or potential of higher for longer rates. And in earnings coming up, they are expecting an increase in revenue. They're expecting a $16 million quarter, whereas last quarter we saw a $13 million quarter, a miss though. They expected 17. So what I'll be watching for is how accurate are these expectations? Are we actually going to see a dramatic miss like last time? Or are we going to beat this 16 million expected? But in general, there is revenue growth here with some lapses along the way. I am waiting for this upcoming quarter to see where they go. But the chart is very bearish, and we did recently create new lows right at $1, funny enough. We are under the 3 EMAs, and we are also under the moving averages. And we got very close to seeing a golden cross. However, it just started selling off recently and we missed that golden cross. But I'm going to be watching for this one. If we do see a spike soon, we might likely start seeing a more bullish chart. But Bakkt has a very nice client list. We have M1 Finance here. We have Webull Pay, which is basically the crypto side of Webull. Stash, Public, we have more here. They're joining forces, or they have joined forces with Plaid, which has a network of over 8,000 fintech companies. And they're continuing to add crypto trading clients. So I do think Bakkt is one to keep an eye on, although the chart is bearish, but things could change very soon. Next up, let's take a look at Sphere 3D. There's a very, very small Bitcoin miner. In terms of market cap and hash rate, they're only mining at a 1 exahash. However, with an only $16 million market cap, their hash rate to market cap is one of the best around. I do think, similar to Bakkt, Sphere 3D is kind of in the same boat. There's a lot of potential here, but right now we're dealing with a very bearish chart. This has hit some new lows recently. We're facing a declining 50 and 200 MA. Although the 200 does seem like it's starting to level out, I would keep an eye on that. And where the EMAs are concerned, they're all downtrending too. This is a very bearish chart, but I do think this is one to keep an eye on. And I'll try to leave you guys with a Sphere 3D video at the end screen or something. I did go over their last mining update, but you'll see that their mining growth is pretty decent. Year over year, they have a 473% gain in Bitcoin mined. They're slowly but surely increasing their Bitcoin mined month over month. And the big thing here is the market cap. This is just such a small market cap. And with a market cap of only 16 million, this is obviously a very risky stock. But these guys are at a $16 million market cap with about a 1 exahash. To me, that's insane. And when you look at other Bitcoin miners, you'll see market caps in the hundreds of millions, even billions, mining anywhere from 5 to 10 times the amount of hash rate as Sphere 3D, but being somewhere around 40 times in some cases the market cap. So you can see market cap to hash rate, Sphere 3D is among the best. but it is obviously one of the highest risk. They're not profitable, and maybe in some cases a lot of people looking for Bitcoin miners don't want the underdog, even if that underdog is at an extremely attractive hash rate to market cap. But I definitely see Sphere 3D as one to keep an eye on. I don't have shares yet, but I am keeping an eye on it. I do think as we get into more of a confirmed bull run, Sphere 3D will see a nice run. Next up, let's get into a Bitcoin miner that I do own, Iris Energy. And we have a recent update here that came out today, I believe. Iris Energy partners with Bkkt to optimize generative AI workloads. If you guys remember in their last update, they talk about how they're buying all these NVIDIA GPUs for AI. Well, here's another move in the AI direction for Iris Energy. And as said by the co-founder and co-CEO of Iris Energy, Daniel Roberts, this partnership enables Iris Energy to provide enhanced GPU cloud and co-location experiences within our next generation data centers through Bkakt's innovative storage and data management solutions. We look forward to forging a long-term partnership with Bkkt in servicing the growing generative AI and GPU compute markets. I think it's very interesting that they do seem serious about this AI space, and getting into AI as well as being a Bitcoin miner, that could be a very interesting way to go. Maybe this AI causes more efficient Bitcoin mining. It's still really early to say what they're going to do in AI, but this is another step in the AI direction. Now looking at Iris Energy on the chart, they saw a golden cross back in spring of 2023. We had a nice run, although now it looks like we're very close to a death cross. We may see a little bit of a further sell-off. And also look at this trend line. We were following this trend line until we finally broke it, and you saw a clear reaction there. We tried to come back up, we just failed it, and we continued down. Unlike some of the other crypto related stocks that I showed you, Iris Energy hit its lows back in December 2022, just like CleanSpark, whereas some of these other ones that I showed you just recently hit all-time lows. And overall, I'm very bullish on Iris Energy. I like the fact that they mine not only in the US, but also in Canada. I think they have a very attractive hash rate to market cap, and I do think this one's gonna treat me very well in the coming bull run. But if you're looking to get in, I would be very careful here. If we do see a death cross, we might see a little more sell-off. And really quick, guys, I want to give you an update on CleanSpark. This one has been going crazy the last couple of days. To me, this is just the beginning, and we should have a very exciting 2024 and 2025. Now, I do expect potentially a pullback here. We have this descending channel. It was established back when we hit almost $8 back in summer. And we've been basically downtrending ever since. We've had some very bad sentiment here. People have just been extremely negative until recently, when we ran from about $3.50 to nearly $5. Now, it does look like we're finding resistance here. If Bitcoin starts kind of leveling out for a little while, which I kind of do expect, I would be happy actually to see some consolidation above that previous long-term resistance. I do expect CleanSpark to potentially find resistance here, pull back a bit before eventually breaking out of this trend, maybe potentially in November. But CleanSpark to me is a strong buy. Looking into 2024, 2025, I think this price is still a steal despite recently running up. But let me know what you guys think. Thanks as always for watching, guys. I appreciate you, and have a good rest of your day.